Yes. And yet here you are.
Our associate registers with Mayor. So as of the 31st of this year, here in So were you that long ago?
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. I like your talk.
Thank you.
All right, please stand as you are able. This was kind of a fun one. I thought, can we do this at church? Can we do it? But I think we all know it. The words, they don't make sense. But let's come together, right? Yeah, we can do anything. That is so true. All right.
Not whether.
You ready? Let's do it. Here come flat top, we come grooving up slowly. We got Juju eyeball, he won holy roller. He got hair down to his knees. He got to be a joker, he just do what he please. Oh, this is awesome. I'm so glad we're doing that. He wears no shoe shine, he got toes and football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he say, I know you and you know me. One thing I can tell you is you've got to be free. Come together right now over me. He baked production, he got walrus gumbo, he got old sideboard, he won spinal cracker, he got feet down below his knees. Hold you in his arms there, you can feel his disease. Come together right now over me. He roller coaster, he got early warning, he got muddy water, he won mojo filter, he say 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Got to be good looking cause he's so hard to see. Come together right now over me. One more, come together. Yes. Come together right now over me. Yeah, you guys are really good. You're hired.
We're beyond good. We're great.
Great idea.
It was a great idea. It is a great idea.
I don't know why you think you come to church on a Sunday morning. We just did. But we take you round the bend of the great news is we end up in wonderful, energetic places. So we're familiar with that song. Some of us are of an age where that was part of our modeling. Do we understand it? Did you want holy, holy music this morning? We'll have some of that, but what a way to get started. What a wonderful way to generate energy and create vitality. And whoever he is, you gotta get a picture of that. Beloved of God, greeting. In my integrity within me, where I know and see as God, I know and see you, O beloved, to be free and wise and immortal. I see you unfettered and unbound, triumphant, glorious, splendid. I see you unweighted by human thought and limitation, unweighted by matter. I see you unbound, undiseased, buoyant. I see you strong, mighty, forceful, powerful, and divine. I see your eye lit with fire from on high. I see your tongue tipped with celestial instructions. I behold you bright and joyous. I see you victorious, undaunted. I see you spotless and beautiful. I see you deathless and abiding. I see you flawless, fearless, transcending yourself and all your affairs. I see you as independent. No kidding. I see you smiling, sound, sane, and strong. I see you to be the strong son and daughter of God, brother and sister of Jesus the Christ, and joint heir of the Father to the kingdom. I see you alive with God and upheld by the freedom of spirit forever. All the world sees you as I see you, now and forevermore. It's called a transcendent treatment. The words of H.B. Jeffrey, long ago teacher of unity and metaphysical thinking, one of those pioneers along the way who spoke the truth in a way that literally infused you with the wisdom of the ideas. So who doesn't want to hear those affirmations on a day, any day? We welcome you in the warm and loving spirit of unity. We welcome you in the spirit of oneness. We greet you in the awareness that in this church, all people, all communities of faith are welcome. Anyone on a path, anyone seeking the light, anyone who just simply wants to know, what is that place? We say, come in and feel yourself to be welcomed as a part of this community, as a part of this family. We say there are many paths to God and many ways of understanding and comprehending this that we call the principle of oneness. Each of us is divinely appointed on the path that we walk. It's not by accident that we find ourselves in this place or that one, but it is by right of consciousness. It is through our own exploration inwardly of these truths that make us free. And so we're so glad and so grateful that you would join our Unity family on this Sunday morning here, the 16th of November. Please tell me how that happened. I don't know. On a Sunday morning here, we affirm there is but one presence and one power. There is one presence and one power active in my life and in yours. God the good, omnipotent. There is one presence and one power active in my life. Together, there is one presence and one power active in my life and in yours. God the good, omnipotent. And so it is. If you're online, It's morning here, but wherever you are and whatever time it is, thank you for joining us for our worship celebration. We have an extraordinary day planned, and we're glad you could be a part of watching it online. Do we have, so I'm seeing somebody with a handwritten name tag. Are you new? Have I met you before? Back row. Lovely. You. Could you tell us your name?
My name's Laura.
Laura. Thank you for joining us. First time? First time in a Unity Church?
And we sing about toe jam.
I went to one in Hawaii, but not actually for services.
Well, I'm so glad you could join us this morning.
Come back another time.
Hmm? Yeah, come all the time. Yeah, one time, many times. May it be a blessing. Could you introduce yourselves?
Good morning, I'm Cindy. I'm a member at Seattle Unity, and I bring greetings. And might I make a small invitation to you all?
Sure. Would you stand up?
Certainly.
Thanks.
Reverend Karen, who has been at Seattle Unity, many of you may have met her through a workshop or a program. Karen will be retiring at the end of this year, and her blessing service is on December 7th. So I'd like to extend the regional invitation that to bless her in her transition on her way to retirement.
And it's my understanding that you're having a huge New Year's Eve party.
Yes.
Huh?
If you've been to Seattle Unity, you know we're in the shadow of the Space Needle. So we have an excellent view of the year-end fireworks. And Karen decided that's how she wanted to go out.
Yeah.
She wanted fireworks.
With
So
fireworks.
we've
Yeah.
observed that
So,
reservations will be required. RSVP, I think, is becoming active soon. It went out in the newsletter, but I don't remember the date that the RSVPs will start being taken.
anyway,
You're all
plan.
welcome.
And if you haven't seen their new building, they just won a major architectural award for the beauty of this new Unity Center in downtown Seattle, right across from Denny Park in the old location. But this is not old. This is magic. So anyway, thank you for that. Maya, would you introduce yourself?
Good morning, I'm Maya, and
Could you stand up?
yes, I shall say
Thank
that. I'm Maya, and it's lovely to be here. I would guess that I've probably been in Unity forever.
Yeah.
Truly. And it's lovely to see your beautiful center. What a gorgeous place you have to gather and feel the spirit. So I'm pleased to share it with you today.
Thank you. We're very fortunate to be where we are. I think of you all on Sunday mornings and wonder where you park. Just so you know, we have permission to park in the Kelly's Barbecue parking lot. It does mean a short walk, but between across the street and down the street and across the streets, we know that parking is sometimes at a premium, but if you need another place, Kelly's Barbecue is relative of the Kelly family. So anyway, park there if you want to and have a little bit of exercise. If you have a prayer need, know someone who does, please fill out a prayer request before you leave the sanctuary. Place it in the small brown box on a credenza, and if you want to go online, we receive those prayer requests very quickly. Next Sunday is our Thanksgiving. Did that? I are a minister. I make my living with words. Thanksgiving potluck next Sunday. Next Sunday.
You have to sign up.
Sign up, if you will. If you know what you're bringing, or just put your name down and make a question mark. I made 2 copies of it, so you can grab one and fill out your portion. At the end, I actually gave you suggestions. Remember, the turkey and gravy and mashed potatoes are provided by the Shotwells, which is a lovely gift. But if you're vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free person, you might want to make a note of that. I did make a list of possible food items for side dishes. So those are available for you after the service, if you would fill them out. We're grateful the men's group is meeting next Saturday at 11 o'clock at the library downtown Mount Vernon. And it's my joy to have my friend here and to do the platform work for her. That means fill in the spaces because we've been together a really long time. And you know, many of you know Mary Ellen Johnson here or wherever you've met along the path. But makes my heart speed up. You know how somebody, you see them in church on a Sunday, and then one day there's a reason why you connect at a different level. And when I met Mary Ellen, she was employed by the printing company that brought our newsletters and all of our print materials. And there's this little speedball running around, gathering accounts, filling accounts, doing stuff. And she'd zip in and zip out, and then one day, for a reason I can't explain, there was Mary Ellen, and we've been dearest friends ever since. But I was there just before she took her first walk on the Camino. We had lunch at an Indian restaurant, and she was preparing to head off. And I remember, because she had just done a triathlon, and I'm like, dear God, you survived a triathlon, you know, and now you're off to walk the Camino. And I thought, this is a person who has more zest for life than almost anyone I have ever known. She infused her work with it. She infused her life with it. Wherever she goes, whatever she does, she infuses everything with that spirit. And now she has written a book. And I love it so much. I love this book. I love you so much. But I love that she has created this work for us. I try to speak about this book from the standpoint of the way it struck me. And I describe it as though it was water for my soul. You may read it and you'll say, oh, I know that. No, she writes it from the place of walking the principles, experiencing them in her footsteps, and in the experience of seeing herself, and both in an experience and in these deep principles that come alive in amazing ways. She didn't write this book to, I'm going to make this up, to do another, kind of intellectual woo-woo journey. This is like, how do you live truth? And how do you live truth in every step you take? And what does it mean to live truth? And how does it affect you when the way is not easy and life is painful? There's that, but she'll tell you everything I'm about to say. Her principles: joy is essential, pain is inevitable, despair is optional, and grace is ever present. And that's the story of how that's lived in her journey on the Camino. So after church, we're going to do a gathering. Mary Ellen's agreed to stay a little longer and answer questions and share ideas and thoughts. But before that, know how dearly I love you. Yeah, thank you for being here. She's going to do the meditation for you.
Can we do the daily word?
After the daily word.
Only once every 3 months. I'm not missing my opportunity. So, I'm reading the daily word for the day, which is healing. Perfect for me. But yesterday's daily word was brave, and Linda brought it up, and it yelled at me. Made brave by the Spirit within, I meet the world with courage. Can you hear me? You want me closer?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Beth. Today I will go within and gently inquire, how is fear stopping me from living the life of my dreams? I think that's a good question to ask every day of your life. So that's why I read that for today. So healing. Taking good care of myself supports my healing. I can testify. Sometimes it's hard to say no to friends, family, work, church, or volunteer organizations I care about and want to serve. But when I am overextended and or depleted, I don't do my best. And I may put my emotional, physical, or mental health at risk. Taking on too much and saying yes to every request may be a sign there is something deeper within me that is out of alignment, needs some attention, and needs healing. Perhaps I am feeling fear of judgment or a reluctance to disappoint someone. I heal when I slow down, pray, and welcome God's grace. I treat myself gently and make time for relaxation a priority. Secure in divine love, which we are, I know when to say yes, or for my well-being, in kindly but confidently say no, not this time. It's a good thing to practice, I can tell you. And from Psalm 103, this is my grandmother's favorite quote, so when I read it at the bottom this morning, I was like, my grandma's always with me. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and do not forget all God's benefits, who forgive all your iniquity, who heals all your diseases. It's a pretty big order. I say you wouldn't want to miss out on that. Thank you.
Brave. May we be brave.
Yes. Every
Day. Please join us in our meditation song.
serve and remember, to love, to serve and remember. Why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come to love, to serve and remember, 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 love.
To love, to serve, and remember. Let's all just take a moment and settle in. Let the chair do its job of supporting you. If there's something in your hands for now, set it aside.
Can you speak up?
A little louder.
Sure. Have we got my mic on?
You're on.
Now we go. All right. And I will speak a little louder. Thank you. Together, let's breathe the one breath. Let's breathe the one breath of life together. The one breath of the one presence. The one breath of the one power. I acknowledge there is one life, one power, one presence. The infinite spirit of love and of wisdom. It breathes itself in all creation, sustaining and animating every form of life. This one life is peace, harmony, intelligence, and joy. And that one life lives in my heart now. It is the very essence that moves the stars and flows through the rivers and beats in every heart. There is no place where this presence is not. I am one with this divine presence. The same life that breathes the cosmos breathes me. The same love that guided the masters and the mystics moves through my heart. There is no separation between spirit and myself. And move and have my being. I am the light of the world, the individualized expression of infinite good. And from this awareness of oneness, I declare that divine clarity fills my mind now. I see the sacred in all people. I am guided to stand in truth, and to love beyond fear. Through me, Spirit's healing power flows freely into the world. I am an instrument of compassion and courage, blessing my communities, my leaders, and my planet. The same Christ light that awakened Jesus awakens in me now. It shines through every nation, through every system, every human heart, revealing unity, peace, and justice. I see a world where all beings breathe, belong, and thrive in safety and dignity, and where love governs all. This is not a distant dream. It is the divine reality unfolding here and now. As I hold this vision, I breathe it into form through my faith. Every act of kindness, every word of truth, every humble step of faith ripples through creation as a blessing. When fear arises, I answer with faith. When hatred speaks, I respond with love. When division appears, I remember you too are Christ in expression. The light within me cannot be dimmed. It only reveals more light. I give thanks for this truth. I am grateful that Spirit expresses through me as peace, compassion, and creative power. I give thanks that a new consciousness of unity is unfolding now through all humanity. Gratitude fills me, for I know this word spoken is already fulfilled. I go forth this day renewed and energized as the preserving presence of love, the shining radiance of truth, the living evidence that Spirit is alive in the world through me. I shall remember that Spirit is my guide, compassion is my action, and peace is my path. And may peace, compassion, and courage guide my every step. May my life illuminate the path for others. The infinite response to this vibration of my faith and the beloved community manifests now. And to this I say thank you, God. I say thank you, God, as together, once again, we breathe the one breath of the one life and the one power.
direction of love. Breathe, breathe in the air. Cherish this moment. Cherish this breath. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. A brand new moon, brand new sun. When you feel life coming down on you like a heavy weight. When you feel this crazy society add to the strain, take a stroll to the nearest waters and remember your place. Many moons have risen and fallen long, long before you came. So which way is the wind blowing? And what does your heart say? So follow the sun. And which way the wind blows when this day is done.
Ireland, thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Linda. I said to her when I arrived this morning that it is no small thing for a minister to surrender their pulpit to someone else. And I gotta say, I doubly love coming here because this pulpit, I feel like Goldilocks. Right? Thank God, you're as short as I am. This works for me. This works for me. So today, the title of my talk is How Then Shall We Live? I'm going to start by reading the Joint Unity Statement on Freedom, Love, and Call to Courage, which you all have tucked in your bulletin. Pull out your reading glasses now. And we're going to read this together. All right. The Joint Unity Statement on Freedom, Love, and the Call to Courage. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. In Europe, we teach and know that every person is a vital and irreplaceable expression of the divine. Every soul carries this divine spark, and with it, an unshakable worthiness for safety, dignity, and belonging. We affirm the Christ Spirit as the true authority within each person, not imposed by intimidation, but realized through love, wisdom, and the free unfolding of the soul. Our nation's founding ideal, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, calls us to form a more perfect union. Democracy requires all of us to actively participate, share our values, and stand for our beliefs. We reject domination, coercive control, and the seeming unraveling of the principles of democracy intended by our forefathers. For these run counter to to the spiritual law of liberty in Christ consciousness, the divine truth that freedom is our birthright, realized in love, never imposed by force. Unity around the world stands on the truth that every being is an expression of God. This truth compels us to end division, to stand shoulder to shoulder, and to let compassion be our action, peace our path, and spirit our unwavering guide. We are committed to building a world where all life can breathe, belong, and thrive. In a nation founded to honor liberty and law, justice always prevails. Families are preserved. Leaders speak for their communities without fear of retribution. Education is upheld with integrity and accountability. Courts act fairly to challenge discrimination, and government protects and serves all. And we know that these same principles resonate far beyond our borders, reminding the global family of humanity of our shared longing for justice, peace, and freedom. The pattern we see today, when unchecked power grows, when fear is weaponized, when trust collapses, and when people are driven apart, is not political. It is instead a spiritual crisis. History shows us that such systems strip away rights, voices, and dignity unless they are collectively and courageously confronted. When sacred truths about justice, equity, and democracy are traded for control, censorship, and fear, we must remember this is not freedom for all, and it is not who we are called to be. What can we do? We can respond with hope. We do not despair. We can speak up. We are not silent. We can act. We are not powerless. This moment calls us to rise, not in silence or in fear, but with clear minds, bold hearts, and compassionate spirits. Guided by the teachings of Unity co-founders Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, we will honor the divine nature within ourselves and others, co-creating a world where love, truth, and justice prevail. Yeah. I read those words and all of a sudden I got taller. You know, it just made me like, oh yeah.
When was that written?
This was first released, near as I could find, out of, in September, middle of September. So it's been around for a couple of months.
Okay.
So, given this from headquarters, as I made an aside to someone, it's like, oh gosh, I think somebody at headquarters manifested a spine.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody at headquarters manifested a spine. So I want to talk about it today. And so my talk is in a couple of different parts. We're going to talk about the situation we find ourselves in. We're going to talk about what is, given that, what is our assignment? What is our vision? What are our resources? And given all of that, then how do we answer the question, how then shall I live? All right? We ready to do this? Mm-hmm. All right. The cruelty is the point. When you first heard that, what did you feel? I have to tell you, that statement went through me like a hot knife through my gut. The cruelty is the point. Good Lord, what have we come to? If we refuse to look away, or to be in denial. There are a lot of truly awful things happening. The lowest human impulses have been unleashed and are celebrated. Denying basic human dignity becomes entertainment. Long cherished norms and traditions have been trampled and discarded. Destruction is so much easier than creating and building. Violence and raw power are the means of enforcing fear and obedience. We are confronted daily. I am confronted daily with feelings of moral shame and outrage. And in the letter that we just read, the quote, "The pattern we see today when unchecked power grows, when fear is weaponized, when trust collapses, and when people are driven apart. This is not political. It is a spiritual crisis." We are living through a crisis of consciousness, a cultural crisis where we've lost our understanding of our shared divinity. History shows us that such systems strip away rights, voices, and dignity unless they are collectively and courageously confronted. All right, so that's our situation. So what's our assignment? Reading again from the letter. When sacred truths about justice, equity, and democracy are traded for control, censorship, and fear, we must remember this is not freedom and this is not who we are called to be. Every few generations, people are called to course correct so that humanity can move forward. This is our time. I don't know about you, but I have moments where I am just righteously pissed off about it. Right? I wanted my golden years to be easy. But here we are. Here we are. It is now our task. It is our calling. And we must respond vigorously. We must act as the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Because salt wakes things up. Why do you put salt on your food? Because it wakes it up. Salt preserves. It preserves what is sacred. The light of the world illuminates the darkness. This moment calls us to rise, as we were reading, not in silence or fear, but with clear minds and bold hearts. Democracy requires all of us to actively participate, share our values, and stand for our beliefs. We reject domination and coercive control, for these run counter to the spiritual law of liberty in Christ consciousness. The spiritual law of liberty in Christ consciousness. The divine truth that freedom is our birthright. So this is our wake-up call for revival, for reawakening. Folks, the lights are on all over the house, right? The Jewish scriptures remind us, you are not required to finish the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. We do not get to sit this one out. These times call for all hands on deck. Clear the bench. Suit up. Show up. We need you. We need you. We all need each other. This is not a time to hide the light of spiritual understanding. It is time to let divine wisdom radiate through our prayers, our conversations, our choices, and our actions. Clarissa Pinkola Estes wrote a wonderful essay who reminds us that we are made for these times. Ours is not the task of fixing the entire world all at once, but of stretching out to mend the part of the world that is within our reach. Any small, calm thing that one soul can do to help another soul, to assist some portion of this poor, suffering world, will help immensely. When we remember the divine spark in ourselves and one another, we remember who we are and why we are here. Wherever you bring clarity, love, and presence, you illuminate the path for others. Our actions, inspired by Spirit, preserve what is good and true in our communities. Every prayer for peace, every stand for justice, every act of compassion preserves the soul of humanity. I believe this is our assignment. So then, what is our vision? We need a vision to move us forward. From the letter, it says, we reject domination and coercive control, for these run counter to the spiritual law of liberty in Christ consciousness. Let's remember that first and foremost. In unity, we teach and know that every person is a vital and irreplaceable expression of the divine. Every soul carries this divine spark, and with it, an unshakable worthiness for safety, dignity, and belonging. We affirm the Christ Spirit as the true authority within each person, not imposed by intimidation, but realized through love, wisdom, and the free unfolding of the soul. So I offer this as our vision. Our country is not a stranger to difficult times, and neither is the Unity Faith. We've been around the block more than once. Remember that James Dillard Freeman wrote our beloved prayer for protection in the depths of World War II when victory was not assured. We know how to let our light shine in dark times. When the world contracts in fear, we expand in faith. When trust collapses, we become instruments of renewal. When truth is blurred, we become bearers of clarity and compassion. This is what it means to live as awakened beings in a turbulent world. Our persistence is visionary. We do not give up. Hope is not wishful thinking, it is spiritual seeing. It is the ability to perceive the light even when the outer world seems dark. When we affirm all is well, we are not denying the challenges of the world. We are affirming the truth beyond appearances, the divine order that is unfolding even now. We can speak for those whose voices are silenced. We can speak for the earth, for children, for fairness and integrity. Let your words be bold and firm, rooted in love and guided by wisdom. That's the vision I'm holding. So what are our resources? Given these times, given these challenges, given our values, how can we meet the moment? The question is not new. This question is not new. It echoes through the scriptures, through the prophets, through the mystics, through the ages, and through every generation that has faced a moment of great testing. The Christ consciousness within us knows that freedom is not granted by force, but realized in the truth that sets us free. When we honor the divine in ourselves and others, we liberate the soul from fear, from hatred, from separation. We can respond with hope. We do not despair. We can speak up. We are not silent. We can act. We are not powerless. As spiritual warriors, let's think of ourselves as spiritual warriors. We are on the right side of history, and we are bending that arc toward justice. Spiritual law supports our work. The fact is, we were made for these times because we have spiritual law on our side. Our nation's founding ideal, e pluribus unum, it's not just words on our money. It's spiritual law. Out of many, we create one. In God we are one. Our differences are just the colors woven in the same divine tapestry. And here's the good news. Every spiritual crisis is also a spiritual opportunity, the doorway to awakening. We are spiritual beings. We are spiritual warriors, endowed with divine capacity to heal, to unify, and to transform. So this is the source of our power. So then how then shall we live? What are we to do? How do I take this and make this mine. Reading again from the letter, I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. Resistance is sacred work. It is faith with its boots on. This is a radical thought to many of us who've been in unity for a long time, because we've always been taught that it's better to put our focus and energy on what we're for rather than what we're against. However, resistance is faith in action. Naming what we oppose helps us stand in truth and choose the right actions for positive change. Calling our leaders, marching, showing up. These are our new rituals of faith and courage. The more we practice resistance, the stronger and more courageous our spirits become. We may be tempted to shrink from our own power, believing that humility may be a little more spiritual. Marianne Williams taught us about that, didn't she? You know these words. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. You are a child of God, and playing small does not serve the world. And as we let our own light shine, we give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. If we yield to overwhelm and apathy, dulling our awareness of what is happening around us, we also lose the joy that comes from conscious connection to spirit and to each other. The good news is that our spiritual vitality can be restored, renewed, revived at any moment through the remembrance that we are divine beings expressing infinite good. So then, how then shall we meet this moment? This is a question of embodiment, right? We don't live up in our heads here. How do we live as radiant expressions of the divine in a world stricken with injustice, conflict, and fear? Remember, we live as salt of the earth and the light of the world. Salt that wakes things up, preserving what is sacred, adding the divine flavor of justice and hope wherever we go. We shall live as light, revealing what is true, illuminating the path of empowerment and unity. We shall live as free souls, unafraid to hope, to speak, to act with boldness. We refuse to shrink in fear. And as we do, we become the answer to the spiritual crisis of our age. So here's a few suggestions on what to do moving forward. First and foremost, ground yourself and keep yourself grounded. All right, this is not a time to abandon your spiritual practice. Whatever it is that grounds you, do it, and do it every day. Keep yourself grounded. It's far too easy to spin out in despair. And remember, one of my principles in my book, despair is optional. All right? Ground yourself and keep yourself grounded. Discern what is yours to do, and then do it. And we all do different things. A couple of examples. You held a vigil here a month ago to envision the world we want. Holding the vision for the world we want to create is sacred work. I have a friend who once a week literally goes and picks up the little old ladies in her neighborhood, and they come over to her house, and they do the postcard thing where they have a mailing list and they write postcards, handwritten postcards encouraging people to remember to vote, and they mail those out. Those are powerful. You know, when you get something handwritten in your mail, you read it. And someone who took a moment to remind you that you've got an election coming up and you need to vote is a powerful thing, right? There's a woman that lives in an assisted living facility, West Seattle, where I live. And once a week, They wheel her out to the corner with her sign. And she's joined by other people. And people drive by and honk. She's doing what she can do. My friend Kathy, who lives in Phoenix, she's a thorn in the side of her elected representative. I was telling her, I said, I envision that room where the staff takes the calls from the constituents, that your name is written on the whiteboard. And when they see the call coming in from the number that's Kathy, somebody looks at somebody else and says, it's your turn to take one for the team. She's relentless. Figure out what's yours to do. And do that. Nobody has to do everything, but everybody needs to do something. Pray and keep yourself inspired and aligned. Speak and act boldly. Keep your sense of humor, people. Keep your joy of life. One of the things I love so much about the Spanish people is that, they lived under horrible conditions for 37 years. But they said, even under Franco, we danced. Okay? Focus on your relationships. Keep love in your life. You've got a marvelous spiritual community here. Lean on each other, support each other. You've got friends, you've got family. Make sure you're taking care of each other. It's really important. And keep your hope alive. Remember, tough times never last. Because one day our nation will begin to heal. All right? Let's be in front of that parade. Know that our values, our truths, our spiritual laws of oneness, they will eventually prevail. And you'll look back with the knowledge that when times were rough, you did not shrink in your responsibility. You were on the right side of history. For every time we affirm the spiritual law of liberty in Christ consciousness, the divine truth that freedom is our birthright, the darkness recedes just a little more, and the world becomes more radiant with divine truth. So volunteer and vote and peacefully protest. Robert Hubble, whose blog I read daily, says no act of resistance is wasted. No act of resistance is unsuccessful, because in resisting, we redeem ourselves. We consecrate ourselves. We reclaim our dignity, and we assert our agency as American citizens who control the destiny of our nation. And again from the Unity letter, Unity around the world stands on the truth that every being is an expression of God. The truth compels us to end division, to stand shoulder to shoulder, to let compassion be our action, peace our path, and spirit our unwavering guide. We are committed to building a world where all life can breathe, belong, and thrive. Guided by the teachings of Unity co-founders Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, we will honor the divine nature within ourselves and others, co-creating a world where love, truth, and justice prevail. In short, we create a world that works for everyone. We create the beloved community. Again, Clarissa Pinkola Estes reminds us, one of the most calming and powerful actions you can do to intervene in a stormy world is to stand up and show your soul. Soul on deck shines like gold in dark times. The light of the soul throws sparks and can send up flares and builds signal fires and causes proper matters to catch fire. To display the lantern of soul in shadowy times like these, to be fierce and to show mercy both, are acts of immense bravery and great necessity. Struggling souls catch light from other souls who are fully lit and willing to show it. If you would help calm the tumult, this is one of the strongest things you can do. There can be no despair when you remember why you came to earth, who you serve and who sent you here. The good words we say and the good deeds we do are not ours. They are the words and deeds of the one who brought us here. Prayer and holding up positive vision is sacred work. Standing up and speaking up is sacred work. Speaking your truth. Oh yeah, people, I got one last thing to tell you. Speaking your truth, even if it might piss somebody off.
Yes.
Right? Because sometimes your words are going to be the light in the darkness that somebody desperately needs. So don't be afraid of that. When others speak of fear, we can speak of faith. When others expect collapse, we can still affirm divine order. So when we answer the question, how then shall we live? We live with lives of radiant, passionate action, and we stand tall in our truth. And we speak boldly from our hearts. I'm all in. How about you? Yeah? All right, let's do this together. Thank you.
You're on.
Word.
You work on it.
Should be all right.
Now you are.
But
It's coming.
there it is. Right.
Got it. Got it, y'all got it.
Check each other.
Because I don't have that before.
You don't want that, do you, Lord?
I don't know, I kind of like it.
Borrow it.
The word is fearless.
Yes.
I listen to Mary Ellen. I look at the things that she's done down through the years, and I think the woman is fearless. We need fearless people to stand and tell the truth. And do it in ways that we can hear and internalize. May not be the message you want. Maybe today you just wanted to hear, you're perfect the way you are. And Mary Ellen said, stand up. Get your butt out of a rut and move forward on the course of spiritual embodiment, on the course of spiritual awakening, the kind of awakening that has hands and feet and they look like yours, words and hearts and intentions that matter, and that don't give up just because it's a hard day. Thank you. Thank you for being brave.
Somebody else's dog.
We're all good. Everybody's still in their seats. If you came in late, welcome. Thank you for being here this morning. We love you. We appreciate you. If you're here today, you're here by divine appointment, not by accident. And whatever you have heard, whatever your experience might be, we know that Spirit is speaking to you, each one, in your own right and perfect way. Through Mary Ellen, through Ireland and Stuart and the music, through the person who greeted you at the front door, through the sound team, through whatever goes on in this place. We have a dedication to you and to who you really are as a child of God, perfectly created, endowed with all that is necessary in any moment in time, because you are that which God has created to be the breath of life. As we share our tithes and love offerings, we do so in that true spirit of abundance. We say that prosperity is a natural state, that abundance is a divine reality, and that when we are in alignment with abundance, It's natural for us to both receive and give, to keep the flow of our own fluidity moving, and in that we discover that life is an abundant experience, and in it we can find everything we need just at the moment, that it is timely and in right order. As we bless our gifts, we say, I give joyfully and easily, for God is my source, and abundance is my nature. Again, I give joyfully and easily, for God is my source, and abundance is my nature. You know, we watch our children grow up, don't we? And we watch them exceed our personal limits. Well, I see my friend grow into her true ministry of being. It is just that I feel proud. I feel moved that I can be the presence of unfolding wisdom that is such a blessing. Thank you for being here. And we'll do, yes, absolutely. And we'll do more about the book after this service.
I'm called to be a healer for all humanity. I'm called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I'm called to be a giver of abundance I receive. I'm called to be a giver of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I see. I am called to be everything. I am called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all of the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We are called to be. Yeah, feel free to sing along. You are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you need. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you see. You are called to be everything.
time together this morning, I remind you that we have these brightly covered sheets. Whatever it is you would like to bring for the Thanksgiving potluck, please sign up. Thank you so much. And yeah, next Sunday we'll celebrate. Come, let's eat great food and celebrate our Thanksgiving experience, all that we are grateful for. As soon as we complete our blessing of baby Nora and the children of the world, we will do our prayer for protection, close with our peace song, grab something to drink, come back, settle in, and let's be with Mary Ellen and the threads in our life, the threads, following the thread. Such a great thing. There's a great girl.
Growing up.
Shoes on.
She's so
cute.
we are so fortunate.
We are so fortunate.
We are so fortunate. And we know who we are. Child of light, we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. Yay! Remember, we're still looking for a youth education person who wants to either take part in a rotating program for our kids, or who wants to become our youth ed director. In any case, we are praying and holding the knowing that that person wants to emerge and serve us by serving our children. Prayer for protection, please. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Please, let's make our circle and sing our peace song.